Well, hello, gamers, and welcome. Welcome to my tiny little channel. I want to tell you a story about a character named Demobus. Demobus was an older gentleman. He came to the land of Albion, made his home here in Lyndhurst, a wonderful city. He chose Lyndhurst because he didn't know much about it, but it had a figurine of an archer, like a hunter, and Demobus, being a hunter himself, was attracted to the symbology of the city, and found out later it was a wise choice, for there is a lot of animals to hunt in this region. So Demobus fell in love with the city, and ventured out into the lands to see what prey may await him. Demobus is a solo player, not too keen on PvP. Not that he couldn't be good at it. He just doesn't find satisfaction in the innocent slaughtering of other players. For he is a hunter, and he is after the wild game and the high-value targets that the land may have awaiting for him in it. So Demobus journeyed across the land, seeking these high-famed targets. Rumor has it that they are called spike bosses. Strange name, he says to himself. But whatever they are called, they yield high fame for such a single target, and are extremely fun to take down. So every day, Demobus sets upon one of his trusty steeds, his favorite being this elite dire boar, and sets out across the land, looking for these high-fame mob encounters. He gets extremely frustrated by these wolves, for the wolves put some kind of enchantment upon him and slow him down and make him weak, especially when he's about ready to engage in these high-powered targets, these spike bosses and enchanted warriors and such. But Demobus, being the true hunter that he is, often accepts the challenge of being weakened, because it only makes the fight, the battle, all the more sweeter. Right now, Demobus is in a low-level land, a land close to his beloved city called Stagborn. It is a Tier 3 area, rife with new people joining the game, new characters, eager to level up and begin awesome adventures of their own. That is the beauty of this land called Albion, where you are what you wear. Though Demobus is a hunter in his heart, he is also a powerful mage, a spellcaster, a healer. With the blood of the druid coursing through his veins, Demobus mastered himself in the art and use of the blight staff, a powerful healing weapon, and pretty destructive against open world mobs. It is pleasant to him to see all these young characters running around like children, playing across the valleys, experiencing and discovering the ooh and the ah of the open world, a sandbox paradise. And in this joy, Demobus decides to go to his favorite starter city called the Crossroads. He quickly rides his mount to this area, an area he knows very well, for it is a home to him. Forest Cross is what it is called, and he is heading there now. It is pleasant. It is a pleasant ride to Forest Cross, seeing all the fresh characters, the fresh people, the new to the game people, and veterans, starting a secondary character for different lives and purposes in the game. People who like to live multiple lives. The humorous sight of naked people running around because they don't have a clue on how to wear armor, how to craft their own gear. Fresh and new, like a newborn baby, naked from the womb. They all dance upon the land. Humorous, he rides to Forest Cross to welcome the new players to Albion. And then he forgets he's faction flagged and he doesn't feel like riding all the way back to the city to get reflagged. So he changes his mind and takes a detour and heads to the deserts. A desert, a tier 4 area. Through the cracked earth, into dry field meadow. A tier 4 area. It leads to a tier 5 still hide area. And it is this tier 5 area that he decides to traverse to. So here we go. Journeying with Demobus across the lands. What adventures await? What people will he meet? What encounters? He is faction flagged so he can be attacked by other opposing factions, which just makes the ride even more juicy. Though he will not lose his armor as long as he stays in a yellow or a blue zone. He will still have a repair bill that will cost slightly over 100,000 silver per death for every 5 increments of durability damage. Quite expensive, seeing how he prefers to wear tier 5.4 armor. Now you may ask, why would you only wear tier 5.4 armor when this person, this awesome character, if you will, the one who calls himself Damavus, owns 8.4. Like I said, he is a warrior at heart, and he prefers a challenge. And he finds the 5.4 armor to be balanced and challenging in the tier 4, 5, and 6 areas, regions of the map. So he journeys across the cracked earth, a tier 3 region, a place for new players to come and test their mettle, learn their builds, to level up their destiny boards, their beginning journey to power and excitement and discovery. It is a beautiful desert land, barren, but not, with tier 2 and tier 3 mobs and animals and plants and cats and even these little marmots. It is a long journey on this map. but he has ridden it 1,000 times and enjoys every time he has to traverse through it. Always finding joy in the lands of Albion, no matter what tier level they are. And into Dryfield Meadow he goes, a tier 4 area. Much fun is in this area, for he loves to kill glowies and skellies, to test his metal, to feel the awesome power of his gear and items, knowing that he can kill anything in this region with little effort. There are some spike bosses in this area that are extremely fun to hunt. And he prefers to hunt them in this. Look at this glowy. Unyielding Revenant. A tier 4 badass. He has such fun in looting the corpses of these skeletal beasts, these undead warriors. He hunts for these spike bosses. For they are a great challenge to him. And it never gets old. The battles, the wars, the combat. So many targets to choose from, but his warrior heart seeks out the most powerful that the lands have to offer. The awakened, the bosses, the leaders, the unnamed heroes. For only they can offer the challenge that he so seeks and desires. He trusts his gut, knowing that somewhere in this land is a spike boss, a super powerful entity, a battle of immense proportions in an open world. But they're hard to find and rare. One can spend hours hunting for one and never find it, for they are random and can appear anywhere. But when you do find one, the battle is so worth it. The mobs are so fun. The And they give good fame. Like that one he just killed. 1760 average for a tier 4 area. But fun nonetheless. With so many mobs to choose from, his heart glitters with glee. Like a small child in a candy store, or a toy shop filled with his favorite toys. Demobus rides across the lands, searching for those high fame mobs. And when he finally finds one, he bursts out with shouts of joy, immature giggles, and happiness. Which just brings them big smiles. He's overwhelmed. The happiness is so overwhelming. He forgets to laugh and is silent. It is a big world. Large areas. Ooh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Ooh, and this one. Did he just steal my treasure? The mob asked himself. It appears so. He wasn't fully paying attention. Or he was caught up in the slaughter of these skellies. But he still has not found a high-fame target. So he hops on his trusty mount and continues his search across the lands of Albion. Laying waste to every mob that comes across his path. Extremely happy. What wonders await him? What kind of battles shall he come across? With the ability to heal while in combat. He never backs down. For he knows his power is great in this land against these undead creatures. Far from being a new player. A beginner. He tackles every mob that comes in his path with ease, but joy. A smile and a smirk in every swing, laughter in every slaughter. It never gets old. The loot is good here. Better here than in a lot of places. One of his favorite hunting grounds. Though you may say, why, it's only tier 4. You can quickly kill the mobs, he says, and fame farm rapidly. But he is in search for a high fame target. Ooh, tier 4.2, iron. They never have much, rarely more than 2 ores. The greediness of the developers, he says. Scared to death that players may find an exploit and become wealthy. That's okay. For he knows he fights with pride and honor and doesn't worry about such things. Where are these spike bosses, he says to himself. I need to find them. I am here to fame farm. And I need kills. It takes patience, he reminds himself. Patience to find these things. Patience. But the rewards are great. Oh yes, the rewards are great. Hunting these stags can yield a baby. They are rare drops. One must have patience to find these spike bosses. Others argue, what's the point? While you are out looking for a spike boss, I've gathered 10 times the amount of fame. And he laughs, you are not a hunter as I. You do not understand the thrill of the hunt, acquiring your target, and decimating it. It is the hunter spirit. It drives him to do such an accomplishment. It is quite fun. You will know these high-value mobs because they will have a circle underneath them. Boy, they love to freeze. So much fun, he says. So much fun. They seem to be really rare, though. This is what he calls a glowy. They're extremely satisfying to kill. He still is searching, for he has not found one yet upon these lands. This is not the first time he has hunted this foe. He knows of a few of the spawning points, but they are random and seldom spawn in the same area. Interrupted by an unexpected call, the narrator had to take a moment to speak to his grandmother, who's 92 years old and is up very late for some reason. But back to Demobus. Still searching for this Spike Boss, or whatever elite fame foe he can find across the lands of Albion. He ventures into one of his favorite spots, where he has found his foe several times. Worried that this person here may steal his kill, he quickly cusses the stupid tiger, or whatever, what is this thing called? A cougar, for slowing his mount down, which is an unnecessary grievance in this game. To search for this illicit foe of his. Interrupted by the constant freezing effect, he carries on. Saddened that he didn't find his prey in a popular spawning zone, he does one more quick sweep around the area in hopes that he may have missed it slightly from his view. Then he realizes sometimes it spawns up on top. So he heads around the edges of the corridor frantically searching for it. Once again aggravated by the slowing effect of these damn low-level mobs. Still no sign of his target. Killing everything in his path, fueled by rage and anger. He lays waste to the undead skeletons, knowing that they do not stand a chance against him. Where can this foe be hiding? Ooh, a nice little pack of glowies. These things bring him great joy. Great joy! What do we have here? He says unto himself, trying to round them up into a nice little pack of chaos, constantly being frozen by the sinister powers of chiromancy. He lays waste to them and laughs at their puny attempts to take him out. More foes laid to waste by his wrath. Getting frustrated at his inability to locate one, he sees this dominant Frostweaver. Ooh, amazed at the beauty of the stag glowing green, he decides to kill it. To see if it might have a baby stag within its loot. But alas, no baby stag. They are a semi-rare drop, and you can kill 1,000 of them before you receive such a reward. This one seems different. Come over here, he says. Boom. Where, oh, where can his target be? Where, oh, where will he find it? This Frostweaver. He laughs as he circles around this Frostweaver with its futile attempt to try to kill him. Another foe laying at his feet. And then he sees, in the distance, what is this? Ooh. Interesting target, a relentless dreadnought. His stupid mount doesn't want to let him go. He laughs at these. Weak. Look at him. Look at him. Isn't he beautiful? Beautiful. Look at the shining armor. His weak attempts to take him out. He activates his shields and lets him kill him with his own attacks. Ha 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 ha! Not bad at all, he says, checking to see what kind of fame he has just received from such a lovely kill. 4,910. 4,463. But not the target he was looking for. Fearful that there may be too many players in this land killing his targets. Freeze me, he says. It will be no good. You will all fall at my wrath. You! I will chop your bones up into little pieces. Ha ha ha! Saddened at his power, he must find a more powerful foe. And he continues his search. Laughing. Boom. I am amused at watching his great agility and his strength as a narrator. Something almost killed his mount. But what could it be? Perhaps it was his own neglect in taking care of his trusty steed. What do we have here, he says? An unyielding revenant. Not a very strong foe, but fun to kill nonetheless. So they decide to duke it out. Mano a mano. In a game of love tapping. His life steal, absorbing more health than what his opponent can dish out in damage. Ah, how sad. I didn't even use a special attack, he said. I must find this powerful foe I seek, so that I can rest tonight, having slain a powerful enemy. How long will it take, he wonders? How many miles of this terrain will I have to traverse to find the foe I'm looking for? The fun never ends, he says. There's so many targets in this land for me to kill. So many undead skellies. So many annoying cougars to slow my mount down, biting at its ankles. It is a good thing it heals rapidly. In other worlds, this might be a problem, but not in Albion. Albion, a place where you are what you wear, where you can be anything you want to be. A place he truly loves and cherishes with all his heart. Ha ha ha. We must find this target, he says. I am growing anxious and irritated. Where can it be? Where can it be? Where can I find this foe? Unyielding revenants, no match. Oh, he says. Better than nothing. And the search continues. Where, oh where, can my target be? I must find it. Not much of a challenge. His anger makes him want to kill every cougar in this valley. Just for their sheer annoying abilities. Oh, great fates of hunting. He calls out to the gods. Help me find this prey. Help me satisfy my lust. Kill. To dominate. To outwit. To be victorious over my prey. How long will this hunt last? How long must he search the lands? Will he give up? Will he stop his search? Will he lose patience in his hunt? I think not. For he is a great hunter for a reason. He never stops tracking his prey. "45 minutes he's been hunting, and still no sign of his target. He says unto himself, Perhaps I will stop attacking these lesser creatures and only stop when I find my primary target. Now he wishes he would have brought a lizard, because the lizard cannot be slowed down by the ankle-biting attacks of these puny little creatures that cause him such grief on his dire-born elite mount. But then he comes across this mob, and he is a sucker for it, for he cannot resist mobs. No babies. No baby stags. But that is all right. That is not his target at the moment. And here we are, an awakened sword master. Finally, he has found his target. And this target can kill him, so he must be careful. He must be careful. Laughing, happy with joy, he attacks his prey. Oh, the battle was over way too fast. And for his efforts, he receives a Tier 2 novice bag worth a paltry few silver. But that was not why he hunts these things. For if you look across the screen to see the fame that they give, awakened swordmaster in this area, Dryfield Meadow, at Tier 4, has given him 16,894 fame, plus an additional 6,273 fame, and having his premium, another 5,631 fame. His hunt is complete. He has found and killed his target.
Oh,
yeah! Long live Albion. And until we find another target, they Morbus will continue to search the lands for his foes. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Yeah!
oh yeah!
Long live Albion.